You know what else I'm really curious about? The Wendy Williams situation. Look at this photo of her. She is trying to get the press's attention. Is she even wearing pants in this picture, by the way? She wants everybody to know that she is being held against her will in this high-rise assisted living facility ever since she was forcibly placed under a conservatorship. So this is an interview. This was one of the last interviews that she was doing. And she was on the phone screaming, crying, everything, begging for the opportunity to go to Miami to celebrate her father's 94th birthday with him. And ever since this interview and the interview that she did with the Breakfast Club, y'all remember the Breakfast Club interview, right? That went mega viral. Well, she has been put on ice. The court is telling her to be quiet moving forward, and that she no longer has any permission to speak to the media about the state of her conservatorship. I am still having such a difficult time wrapping my mind around how any of this is legal or how any of this is even possible. She made her own money. And if she's mentally ill, if she's got dementia, if she's got Alzheimer's, if she got blah, 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 it is up to her and her family to manage that. You know, she can ask for outside help if she wants it, but she does not want it. So how is it possible that a random bank can say, hey, I don't think you can take care of yourself anymore. We're going to hire this random lady to take care of your money, and we're going to cut your whole family out of everything. We're going to isolate you from your family. I truly do not understand. And so she tries to speak out, and they say, oh, actually, we don't even want you talking to anybody about what it is that we're doing to you. We are now silencing you. And this, by the way, this comes after their GoFundMe campaign, their change.org petitions, everything, you guys, everything. I will tell you, though, that first of all, this news came out on Friday. The judge made a couple of rulings. So first of all, the judge said that, yes, Wendy does have permission to go to Miami for a couple of days to celebrate her father's birthday. Why? Like, the girl, she's in New York. It's cold. It's gloomy. Why can't she even just spend the summer in Miami? Because you know what I found out, like through the TikTok? I found out that the rich people, this is what I know about the rich people in New York, right? They like to spend spring and fall in New York. They like to spend summer in the Hamptons, and they like to spend winter in Miami. So why is it that she only has permission to spend a couple of days in Miami? Again, that's where her family is. Everyone moved over there. So why can't she be with them? Isn't that better for her health, her mental health, her physical health, her growth, everything? I don't get it. I can't, y'all. This story makes me so sad. I know that, oh, thank y'all, by the way, the Hack Thwains. Thank you. I know that Wendy is a controversial figure, but I think that at the end of the day, what is happening to her is a travesty, and everybody needs to be outraged, because one day it's happening to Wendy, the next day it's happening to you. This is not okay. This should not happen to anybody. And the fact that they're even saying that you cannot exercise your, listen, I'm not American. Is this your First Amendment right? Or is it your second? Which one's the guns? Which one's the speech? She has one of these amendment rights to speak out, to speak, free speech, right? And they are silencing her. I find that to be absolutely insane. Insane. So TMZ made this report just the other day. They said, and I quote, in a controversial development, the judge has also issued a strict ruling prohibiting Wendy from any further contact with the media. The decision, which reportedly aims to protect her well-being and privacy, Well, what do you mean you're protecting her well-being and privacy? If she wants to speak to the media and she's desperately trying to, risking all sorts of punishment that she thinks you guys will levy against her for this, then what do you mean you're trying to respect her privacy and her well-being? Her well-being and her well-being relies on her being able to speak out about the injustices that she's facing. Her well-being relies on her being able to have her freedom, right? To do what she wants to do, to go shopping, to pop lock and drop it at the club, to go see her family, to do whatever she wants to do. This is weird. It is so damn weird. Ramster, nice to see you. It's so nice to see everybody filing in. Hey, Ramster, East, awesome. XX, Karma. Wow, nice. Sandy, nice to see everybody, you guys. If you're enjoying the morning report, please don't hesitate to make sure to give it a thumbs up so YouTube knows that you enjoy my content. Guys, I'm sick. What are we going to do now? What the hell do we do now, you guys? They did the GoFundMe, right? They raised a lot of money. I don't remember exactly how much it is, but they raised a good amount of money to hire Wendy her own independent legal team. And it seems like these people are trying to shut it all down, right? Houston says the bank should not have a say at all. We should all be concerned. Exactly. Milan says in Denmark, even if you have dementia, you still decide for yourself. The state cannot enforce rules on you. America is a wild place. I agree. Someone else said this in my comment section when we first talked about the Wendy situation on the morning report. What about Bruce Willis? Bruce Willis has dementia and he's being taken care of by his like wife and his kids. Like, why isn't that same right afforded to Wendy? It's weird. And then, Kanye West, we're going to talk about him a little bit later on, but let's talk about Kanye West pulling stunts like this, right? Getting public BJs on the river. First of all, do you see that child over there on the left? Then there were children around when he was getting a BJ from this chick in Italy. No one's trying to commit him. No one's trying to take control over his life. Why is this happening to Wendy? Why did this happen to Brittany? But why do men like this get to walk around free? Star had something to say in the comments section. Star, I'm going back up to try and find your comment. She said, has anybody watched I Care a Lot on Netflix? Very insightful. No, but it sounds familiar. Is that not the Nicole Kidman, Zac Efron movie, by the way? Because, okay, or show or whatever, because now you're making me want to see what's happening here. East Austin says, Wendy's son was excessively spending money, 6 figures on luxury items. The bank reported it. The court had Wendy accessed, and she did not show sufficient competence to manage her affairs. Yeah, that's the story I heard. Although she denied it on The Breakfast Club, and she blamed this whole thing. She subtly blamed it all on her ex-husband, claiming that he wanted to have her committed or something like that in order to, get control of her finances. Because don't forget, Big Kev has been fighting, and he's still fighting tooth and nail to get access to Wendy's money. And, I'm going to be honest with y'all, and y'all, please let me know if you guys felt the same. But when the stuff about like Wendy and like rehabs and like, competency and stuff started happening, I thought that she was doing this to like as an act to outsmart Kevin Hunter and not have to pay him alimony. I thought like it was just a thing that she was riding out until like, the time expired and she would be off the hook for him because he deserves nothing, right? But obviously now I see and I realize that no, something serious truly is going on here. Right? Erica says, where's Wendy's son? I see her niece advocating for her, but I haven't seen her son. No shade against him, but I'm curious. Me too. I've seen her brother. Her brother has a YouTube channel, y'all, and he's been talking about this all this time, but we do not see her son. What happened? The last time we had seen her son publicly was when Wendy was over there. Where was she? In Florida or something like that, celebrating his graduation, y'all. But I haven't seen any like real on the record statements. The brother said she's in good, like she's good, like she's mentally stable, or like she's there cognitively and she just wants to be reunited with her family, right? And so Wendy, of course, has spoken out about her guardianship. She has described what they're doing to her as, quote, emotional abuse. And she just feels like it's completely unnecessary for her to be stuck in pretty much solitary confinement because remember, she's got a one-way phone. They're really hard on her when it comes to having visitors. They can even like restrict her from having any visitors. How does any of this help anyone with dementia? Is this like jail? Like, is that a thing now? Like over there for you guys? Like if you have dementia, you are in some sort of jail, like a luxury prison. Like why is any of this happening? Now, there have been allegations of mismanagement, you guys, when it comes to the guardianship. Wendy, she had recently fired her court-appointed lawyer, Linda Redlisky, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago when it happened. She accused this lawyer of neglecting to initiate the proceedings, right? Wendy wanted to have a review of this guardianship in order to get out of it, and the lawyer just never actually got around to it. And we already know that the lady who is in charge of the guardianship, she is somebody who had made a donation to the judge who oversaw the guardianship and placed her in charge of Wendy. So there's a lot of what appears to be corruption going on behind the scenes. It seems like they want access to her money or something like that. I don't know. It's a mess. Hey, Jamie, nice to see you. Shum says, isn't there someone that cares about Wendy that can care for her? I hate to say it, but I think this would all be different if Wendy had a daughter instead of a son. Oh, Lord, I low-key think you're right, Shem, and I didn't even think about that, and it makes me so sad. It feels like her niece is almost essentially like a daughter to her. And I'm pretty sure the niece is like done with her university education and that, like, you know, she's got a career and everything like that. So she should be able to qualify. There's even someone who's an attorney in her family who wanted to be the attorney for this situation or to be an attorney for Wendy, right? And they denied her any kind of, like, you know, role in any of this. Like, the whole thing is a mess, and my brain is still just struggling to understand how this is possible. You know what? I need to write this down to myself. Note to self. I have to, guys, please remind me later. I have to write it down in paper. I don't like to write notes on my computer. I have to reach out to either Dmitry Shakhnovich of DCHAC Law or Stephanie of Allegedly Stephanie. They are my lawyer friends here on YouTube to understand what the hell is happening, because my brain just cannot comprehend this. And y'all, please listen to Sandy. If you're enjoying this stream, please do make sure to go ahead and give it a thumbs up so that YouTube knows that you enjoy my content and you want to see more of my videos. And by the way, who mentioned her son? Was it East Awesome? Because that was also brought up in the TMZ article, even though Wendy denied it or something like that. They did also mention that her son was accused of misusing over $300,000 and how that might have, you know, caused all of this to go down this way.